Head back, eyes madman wide, motionless, waiting, waiting for the mood and the moment to meet and let's hunker down in the bunker, boys, and play a game of cards. We've got our watches out, and as long as we don't take a direct hit, well, then this is about as safe as it gets. Now move away from that door. Now that won't do. One little peek at the wrong time, and they'll blow your head right off you. Listen to the things I say. Look around you here. Do you see any others in this room that have lasted since that 1914 June? A growling voice put meat on the bony lines, but not meaning. The date meant nothing to the crowd. It was just a way for them to know it was old, avoiding any hint that would cause anyone to conclude he was talking about them, wanting everyone to like the song because it was like them, not about them. Didn't do the drum song either. These folks were not partial to anyone who wandered and bullshitted, making goods and marketing goods gotten in one place and then trying to sell them in another. Why would anyone want someone else's stuff? But if you could be yourself, be point blank without giving any sense that you are being critical, preaching, or trying to sell them something, you might get invited. Then maybe do some trading. Yeah. Luck was with Wing in this endeavor, for the elders in this group had given this very warning to their own young, this sitting too close to the door thing. They imagined themselves like this sergeant, caught up in a time when he had no control over it all, a person who looked on all the kids around him as his children, and he had to try to save them. In the time between one breath and another, they slipped into a little trance of a prayer that hoped and asked for help to be strong enough. Their hands tightened on their guns and their children. While drawing that breath and restarting, he pulled a beat-up deck of cards from somewhere and displayed the notches and rips on their edges to match the lyrics, making his point by sighting on each of them right through the bullet hole in the pack. All of the cards in this deck have a scar that shows who they are, so there's no surprise when you lose or you win. Many men play the game and all will lose but one. Our lives, like the game played with marked cards, can see our doom come. So move away from the door. You've used up all your luck. That place is aces and eights, the same cards Wild Bill Hickok got. Before they could be confused or question names they did not know, the tale moved on. You see how I sit in the middle of this room. I know all the places you all occupy. Each place is the face of a friend gone by. So move closer to me and play this hand of cards, and listen between each shell burst for the sound of men running hard. That will mean we must move and move quick. There'll be them that move and them that die where they sit. The families of the coal hole knew this. That's why they thought they might need to make a few tactical strikes on the world. A little preemptive war. They had always thought they'd fight the enemy underground when, whoever it was, showed up. But technology had changed, and they were afraid of dying in their beloved holes when they could have saved themselves by being more aggressive. How simple the lives of their grandparents had been. Miners who correctly thought their burrows would hide and save them. But now, all this marauding with machines like space probes from Earth visiting Earth made it hiding harder and harder and harder and harder. Oh, how they hated all that. There had to be some nerve center that they could get to, destroy, and be safe again. Standing taller as if about to reach for something, the tone became high-pitched and sadly reflective for a moment. I've seen men die every way a man can. I've seen it times 10,000. And concluded, looking straight at the crowd with a steely stare, just like the sergeant would have looked at the boys in the bunker with him. I'll tell you, boys, it's a lesson, and I know as much about the insides of a man as any surgeon. And then, dangerously holding their gaze, pretending that all he knows is in his song. He knows nothing about the people he sings to, hoping anything in his verses that strikes a chord won't offend. I know what you fear. You fear the room will leave this space. The big bomb shovel dirt in your face. I know you don't want to be buried alive. And you're right. If one hits us, no one will survive. So don't listen to what I tell you. Go run outside there where the shrapnel fills the air, and we'll see who buries who. The last lines rushing harder, and then the sudden end made their hearts beat faster. Wing had a knack about crowds, liked large rowdy groups, and was using an instinct about people staring at you to glean next moves and funky breaks. It's important. Your best line is no good if no one hears it. Timing is everything. Yeah. Some of the members of the crowd had bitten into veins, and the little squirting jets of blood that came through the puncture holes with each heartbeat were clearly double the height they were. They knew what it was to love and fear staying in these sheltered spaces at the same time you didn't want to go outside. Oh, what to do? The introspective break didn't last for too long, drawing the crowd's mind back to that man sitting too close to the door at the start of this sung poem. Now, damn it, there by the door there, you're dead. Hey, his place is free for anyone else with no use for his head. I told you that was a bad spot. Getting it there wasn't just a matter of bad luck. Why didn't he just paste a big fucking bullseye on his butt? And they'll just send another to sit in your spot. The sergeant jolted into a complete halt. Shot a 3-stop studied stare that focused on sound, listening to his left, his right, and straight up. The crowd was locked to him, and in a flock of birds in flight wave did the same. The shared moves made it real that they had all noticed something. The guns have stopped. This game is over. Gather the cards up and prepare for orders.